Due to the ignorance of our host, parental discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the other side of the Beehive, episode 239.
Boy, that's deserving, huh?
For all our audio listeners. Audio listeners?
Yep.
Isn't that like redundant?
No, because they could be listening to it, watching it too.
Or video listeners?
That would be media.
For our listeners.
How long have we been doing this?
Too long. Anyway, that was not a beer. That was a Diet Coke.
Well,
which is sad.
It's Thursday. Only a lunatic would drink on fucking Thursdays. Cheers.
Yeah, it's fair to say you deserve it, dude. Let's get this episode going because
yeah, you're about to get the fucking.
We got an early meeting. Get the fucking what?
With the drums are about to fucking take off again.
Oh yeah.
Obviously Thursdays. Now we record on Thursdays now.
It's Jumanji Day.
For just reasons to get this in. It's worked out except for when, yeah, you're right. Somebody's rolling Jumanji out there.
But I wondered if it's like every other because it was with Zach. But again, you can't barely hear it.
No. And
so it was with Zach.
Sometimes you hear those clips and like you hear music
you hear the train
in the background.
Now the train, it's a
train.
Thursday thing too.
Yeah, that is a Thursday thing.
It's a Thursday hunk.
Well, it's because the hobos are back.
That's right.
Yeah, the hobos are back, and so
because we used to record on Friday, the hobos are out and about.
Oh yeah, they're out partying.
Thursday is like we gotta sleep in early so we can go panhandling.
It's raining, so they might be hunkered down today. So.
Oh yeah. I just drove by. You know the Maverick around here, the one on the.
Oh yeah.
And all the tents are down. I wonder if it was the wind or it was them like
the cops,
or it was them. Well, it was more like them saying like, "Oh, let's take
better
it down
hunker down
before we fucking have to chase our tent."
I got in my car. Now I've said this that I've never had like a fully loaded vehicle. Like this thing is top of the fucking line. It's the best you can get. I get on, it's all bing. I look on the screen. And it tells me it's all severe thunderstorms in your area. Do you want to see the map? So I click on the fucking map, and it shows the fucking Doppler on my fucking screen.
Damn.
And it shows the car fucking driving. Like, oh, this thing is fucking...
I didn't, now that you were talking about this, I didn't realize this. Every now and then, when I leave the house to go to work, I put stuff in the backseat. When you when you shut the truck off, it goes beam 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 beam. I'm like, and you instantly go, what is that? And then it's like, reminder.
Yeah, don't leave your kids in the back seat.
Oh shit! I was like, I have to drive to Nephi first thing this morning. I tell you what, dude, I don't get to go that far south. I know it's redneck land, but it's beautiful out there.
They said that's God's country. Everybody that lives in there say that's God's country. Now I don't know if that's because it's Utah County, and that's where God's people live.
Yeah,
so it makes me wonder. But everybody says, well, when are you going to move to God's country? I'm like, I'm good.
But I thought God's country is like, because I have friends that live in Tooele, and when I make fun of them...
That's not God's country.
But when I make fun of them, they're like, that's God's country, bro.
Oh, that's not God's country. That's not God's country. In the 50s, that was God's country. Huh? Yeah. And that 2023, that ain't God's country.
Would you... So... Back in your day, when you were young, was that...
That was God's country.
Syracuse, God's country?
God's
now
country.
It's like...
Nah, that's not God's country anymore. So I don't know what God's country... I think God's country has gone away from the city, wherever that's at.
I thought that Spanish Fork was after Nephi.
Oh, no. No, you got to go way...
I got to go way down there. Dude, the fucking... So, it was so funny because I started thinking about this and was like, when you drive on the freeway... By the office, for example, there's 5-6 lanes. When you're over there,
it's 2 lanes.
It's 2 lanes, and then if they're doing construction, you're fucked. There's 1.5. And I went all the way there. I'm like, it's beautiful, dude. Like all the mountains and like the picture you see in front of you is like it's nothing but green and like a house here and like a house half a mile after that and a house there and a farm.
Maybe I do need to go to God's country because I want that.
Really?
Fuck yes. I don't want neighbors.
But you don't want a farm either.
Yeah, I would live on a farm.
You would take care of animals too?
I don't know if I wouldn't be out there at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning milking cows kind of farm like that, but I would love to have like my own piece of land, a pasture, have a goat, maybe some horses if that's what the kids want. Get some horses, but I'm not talking
But that
about...
makes sense though, because if I think if you have horses down there, you can just be like, oh, I'm going to Walmart and go to not that there's a Walmart, but like you can go on the road, right? There's not that much traffic.
The thing that I really admire about it when I go out there, because I have friends out there, some of the people we work with, that, that I have friends that go out there, and they all get on their side by side and they just go to the gas station and they go to fucking the local store, and I'm like, I envy that. But they go home.
Yours is street legal.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to drive on like main roads. The rule is nothing over 55.
Mainly roads. Wait, what?
I don't even know what you're talking.
Country roads.
Oh. You'd said it wrong. They would have been Manly Road.
Well, yeah, obviously it's country. I don't know.
That song's about God's country, by the way.
Plus, your gas station is literally a block away.
Yeah.
It's like people will be like, "You're just lazy."
I still drive the car there every time.
But that's because your fucking street's a workout, dude.
Oh yeah, it's all uphill. Yeah, by the time you make it, I've walked up there one time drunk.
You're like,
in the 9 years I've done this, I was drunk, too drunk to drive, and I was like, I'll go get some beer up there. I made the hike. I made it to the road. I said, oh, never again, never again. I called the kids. I'm all, will you bring me my bicycle so I have a way to get back home? Because I'm not making this trip downhill,
dude. And if you're, I can already think like if you're a little bus and you gotta go on that hill. Do you know what's the percentage of that?
The hill?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure it's probably 12 or 15%.
Yeah. There's so many stories of the, like, the Mayan ruins, the famous one, the Chichen Itza, like back home. It's so steep, right? This temple, it is 365 steps. It's one for each day of the year. And when you get to the top, some people...
What about leap year?
You just skip one.
Skip one? Skip a couple steps?
You just got to start on the second.
Yeah, so when you're walking up there, do you do every step or you do every other step like a real goddamn man?
Here's the thing, though. In my adulthood, ever since my adulthood, it's been closed.
Oh.
So even the last couple of times that I lived there and I went there, it's been closed, but it used to be open to public. And there's this famous
makes sense though, right?
There's this famous artist that got banned because she threw a concert there and then she was stepping all over the thing. It was like, you're never coming back, bitch. We don't care how famous you are.
Selena?
No.
Oh.
It was like the Selena of Mexico per se. Selena, not Gomez, by the way.
But you can't say like the Selena of Mexico. Like she is the.
She was Mexican though.
But who was bigger than Selena in Mexico as far as like a lady?
I would think about it. This Selena has been so long ago.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you.
Selena was the first one in her genre. Anyway, so the steps are so steep that some people, when they went down, they had to do it backwards. They had to go, like they have to, instead of facing down and do down, they have to go like this.
Oh, go downwards. I thought you meant going up it backwards. I'm like, God damn, no wonder those people were extinct, for Christ's sake.
No wonder they're not letting him. No wonder they're not letting him go up anymore. No, but yeah. So that was like a famous thing to do. That people just get so freaked out.
Yeah.
That is like,
it's pretty tall.
And some people do the butt thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can see why you can't get up there anymore.
Makes sense.
Makes sense now, right? There's no handrails, right?
No.
There was no, what are those fucking homeowners associations linked to the fucking Mayan temples?
Dude, isn't like one here? Isn't it Angel's Landing or something?
Yeah.
That's what I call my pubes. And it has like a chain around the thing.
A lot of people die there. A ton of people die there every year.
Crazy.
They still keep it open. I've seen pictures of it. It looks pretty gnarly. I'm like, it's not for me.
Not for you?
No, it's not for me. That doesn't look fun.
But we did that in your side-by-side.
Yeah, in a side-by-side where we sat there and drank beer.
That's what I'm saying.
And let a machine,
Even worse.
and let a machine fucking take us up. Not our lazy ass. Yo, I remember going to Moab when I was 21 with a bunch of friends. I had never been. I mean, I'd been to Moab, but I'd never like gone out to go see like arches and shit.
Yeah.
And we woke up and like, hey, we're going to Arches. I was like, okay. And everybody piled in. I mean, back then it was fucking a 30-pack of Stones, right?
Yeah.
And we all rolled 30-pack of Stones. We had 7 or 8 fucking cases of beer in there. And this is 10 o'clock in the morning. We're hitting hard.
Nice.
Riding in the back of a pickup truck.
Nice.
Right? About 7 or 8 of us. I mean, we're going back because you can't do that anymore, right?
Yeah.
We get there. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't see it. They're like, oh yeah, it's a hike. It's about a fucking hour or so hike. I'm like, motherfucker.
And you have me started me drinking?
I am buzzed. I am trashed. And you know how shitty it is to hike when you're drunk?
Yeah. I know how shit it is when you're sober.
Right? And so we made it all that, and everybody's like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's great. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Let's fucking go back because I'm going to die right now. They're like, why? I'm like, I'm thirsty. We're like, we drank plenty of beer yet. Like, it doesn't work that way, right?
Yeah.
It's counterintuitive at this point.
I kind of want to see these places, but then it's like I said before, I always go like, I should do more of that stuff. And then someone asked me to, and I go, yeah, fuck that. Why? Why am I like this, dude?
I don't know. You're,
Oh, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
not going to say you're as, your personality and your outlook is so metrosexual.
Yeah, I can see that.
You're a city boy for sure. I mean, you had a maid growing up. Of course you were, right? Right? Of course you're not. Mommy, carry me.
Dude, I came across the episode that we did with the Lay Talk on YouTube.
At their place?
Their place. And we were talking about your childhood. And in one of those times you go, I had it made, dude. Like when I was younger and I was doing this and this, like I had it made. And I popped in going like, I had a maid too. Like, shut the fuck up.
It's true. It's true.
Who was I explaining this to the other day?
You've tried to explain your way out of it all the time, but at the end of the day, like, you were that rich kid. You had private school, you had a maid.
My mother had 3 jobs.
Well, good for her that she was a hard worker. For you to be a lazy ass. No wonder you don't want to go hike up Angel's Landing.
My education, see, because it sounds great on paper, right? My mother had 3 jobs. They're like filthy rich. They had a maid. They're like billionaires. And they're like, and this motherfucker was from private school. They're like, fuck this guys, right?
We give up.
And then, and it was the fact that my mom had 3 jobs just to be able to afford us. One, I was going to private schools, but then as I got older, it was like there was less and less schools that would take me. So like public schools it is. And
you started out as like the Richie Valens,
I started
right?
out as a fucking, you should see me. But then the maid was, it's a very common thing to do. You go out of town and, I mean, as shitty as it sounds, you find we had the advantage that my grandma her church was so big.
Of course.
The people that...
You didn't have to pay them anything.
Of
course. Of course you guys were rich. You got volunteers from the church. You sleazy motherfuckers.
We didn't pay them, and then they have to do tithing. On top of that. No, because my grandma had like... so she had like she has still... her big church in the city, and then she has like what we in the family call branches. Yeah. They're like having one in Nephi, you know what I mean? And so the people there are like, I mean, it's shitty to say, but like less educated. Obviously, the work situation is even worse. Yeah. So girls, and sometimes older girls, but they want to help the family, so because of the church, they would know my grandma, and my grandma would say, "Oh, because even my aunt had a girl that would help because she had 3 kids. My mom had 2. So they're like, hey, my daughters are looking for some help. And then they'll be like, oh. And then they would just go. But it was more like they would take it. My sister was young. She was like 4 or 5. So it was more for my sister And then I was going to school, so it wasn't like they were babysitting me, but they were cooking and cleaning just to help my mom.
The maids. Maids, right? Maybe
I
your
gotta
mom,
have more Mexican people listen to this show. Please take my side on this.
maybe your mom worked 3 jobs to not put up with you wretched children, right? That's what I would think. She's like, oh, no, you take care of them. I got other things
She
to
would
do.
call it, "Hey, Maria, are they asleep?" "No, I'll stay on.
I'll stay here. I'll
go
get
to
some
the bar.
overtime.
I'll smoke another doobie while I fucking wait." Oh, my mother's going to Mexico on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting my tattoo.
Going
on
to see
Sunday.
grandma?
So the reason why she was going in the first place is because now she thought that she was capable of cashing out her 401k.
Okay.
Per se, 60 years old.
Yeah.
And as she was looking into doing the appointment for her to have an appointment with the people, she found out, I have to be 65.
It's got to be 65, yeah.
But she already had them.
65 for 401k, 67 for Social Security. So you got that 2 years right there.
But you're talking about here.
Oh, okay. So she has it there?
She has one in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
That's what she thought. It was, once I'm 60, which obviously when you convert it into, they're like, it's
Yeah,
like,
she's all. I got a free 12-inch sub to fucking Subway. Fucking
$36 and a pair of flip flops.
I'm glad we're thinking the same thing.
Because they still think I live there. So they was like, "This is a beach place, right? Here's your They're Nikes." But no, she then she's like, she found out. She go, "Oh shit!" She's like, "I can't get it until I'm 65."
Mama, huh?
But she's gonna go see mom. So now, mom, on the other hand, getting a little bit into the personal stuff of my family. Grandma she just bought a new place.
Okay, so you told me about. We won't get into that.
Yeah.
But so now she's like, I'm over this. It's time to get my own pad.
So she's
right?
she's gonna get paid for what she lost.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
she's gonna
good.
get paid for what she lost, but she was forced.
How long was she in that house? I guess we're probably going down a road that we don't really want to talk about, but
I mean, probably like 10 years.
that's got to suck, especially her age. How old is she?
80 plus.
Oh, fuck that. God damn.
Kicked her out, dude. We're like, gotta get out.
At least she was able to reap some of the fucking money that she lost. So that was a fucking pretty shitty deal.
And another thing was when she built the church, she built it with like an office for her, and the office
okay.
had like so the office it was like a big room, and he had like a little living room thing and a
Kitchenette.
and he had a little room in the back for a bed or a hammock. So she was like, I'm set. Just put my stuff, whatever. And the church, there was like classrooms and stuff like that. So she put all her stuff there. But then she's like, I gotta get me a fucking place.
Yeah.
She just found a place. So my mom is like, well, since I already booked the flight,
Might as well, huh?
might as well go see mom.
We're good.
It sucks, dude, because like the way I remember my family to being like so tight, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, but everybody's family like that. My family's not tight anymore. When I was a kid, like we did family gatherings and like all the holidays we'd get together, and now we don't do that.
I just found the last week or 2 weeks ago, I had to go to my my storage unit for whatever. I was looking for some documents for, I'm in the process of buying a house, and I started getting all my I have like a file thing, like an old school file, and I was looking into things, and I found 2 cameras that my mom gave me one, and we bought another when I was married. We bought another one, so I took one of those cameras.
God knows what's on that thing, huh?
I'm gonna tell you. So I have pictures of when I went last time I went with my ex-wife. And those are the last pictures of my entire family together, because I brought them all into my grandma's house. All the cousins, all their
Aunts and uncles.
all their significant others, and my aunts and my uncles and my grandma and like all the cousins, and then my ex-wife was kind enough to say, you go there and I'll take a picture. And so I have some pictures, but now I look at it and I was like, fuck, whatever happened to this shit? You know what I mean?
It's just time, dude. People drift off. They do other things. People die.
You know what I blame it on without getting into details? Money.
Yeah, well, that sadly enough, that's the root of evil when it comes to families. Because when somebody passes away, I don't need to tell anybody that's not listening to this. Like, we've all seen the evil side of, like, when somebody passes away, everybody's like, oh, we love so and so, support, and then when they're gone, it's like, hey, where's my fucking piece of the pie? I want to get my beak wet, right? Happens all the time, and then families go.
Dude, I swear,
it happened to my family. I tell you that when my great grandmother and my grandfather passed away, they were very well off, very well off. I mean, they had a house in Idaho, they had a house in Salt Lake. We would always go to Idaho and go fishing out by. The backyard was Bear Lake.
Oh wow,
they were very well off. And then when my grandfather had dozens of cars from the fucking early 20s.
Damn.
Pristine
Hell
condition,
yeah.
and that was his life.
What
Like
do they
he's what?
What do they do?
The grubby ass fucking relatives took everything.
No. What do they do to be well off?
He was he was, and my mom, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was in the railroad forever.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
member
money.
of the railroad for a very long time. He also owned a patent.
I know what that is.
So when you invent something and you sell it, you make a shitload of money. And I'm pretty sure, and again, Mom, quote me if I'm wrong, but if the stories remind me that when you take a garden hose and you put in a nozzle in a container with fertilizer, he patented that.
Oh, wow.
And I think he sold it to Rainbird. And so Grandpa and Grandma were loaded. Yeah, very loaded. And then it wasn't like we were all expecting money, but one side of that family took everything, took all the cars. There was a car that was 1940s Dodge.
Oh, let's look it up.
It was a 4-door wide. It was a beautiful car that he bought from my dad when my dad was very young. He took it and he completely restored it. That was our car. And then my fucking grubby ass uncle, he's dead now. Fuck him. He took it and, they all got theirs. But at the end of the day, there was, you know what I got? To this day still means the world to me. I got a cork fishing box. That was Grandpa's fishing box.
Okay.
And what it is cork. It was a square box, had a lid, and you put dirt in there and you put the worms in there. And the worms lived inside that. And so every time we would go to Bear Lake and go fishing, we had that cork box. And my grandpa, God rest his soul, smelled like fucking whiskey.
Yes.
I can still smell it when he was breathing on me, putting a fucking worm on my fishing pole. And, that to me, I mean, little things like that meant the world to me.
It's so funny.
Something that you would sell at a yard sale for $3, right?
It's so funny you say that. When this last time that I went to Mexico, when I went with my mom and my sister, I mean, it's shitty to know, obviously, right? But I know that my grandma's not getting any younger. She's already a little slow and a little tired. And I remember she will always, in her room, in her old house, she had the bed, but she's a hammock kind of girl, right? So she's always in her hammock. So she had one of these wooden scratchers for the back.
Oh, yeah.
And she will have it on the bed. So when she's laying there and then her back, itches, and she will grab it and roll over and do that. And she always had it there. So I will lay down in bed, and obviously as a drummer, I'm just like beating the shit out of the bed. And then I will actually use it just for fucks and giggles. and then I was like, and I mentioned, I'm like, I need one of these. And she was like, why don't you take it? And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna. Like, it's yours. And she goes, well, I have another one. And I said, nah, it's okay. And dude, when I tell you, after that day, I'm like, I'm leaving with that fucking thing with me. And I brought it. I was like, I have it right next to it's in my nightstand. I grab it, scratch my balls. It's good, dude. I'm just kidding. But it's just to know that
Things that you remember when you grow up.
Yeah, like you know how we're
sentimental
like
things in your
I
life.
just say how my family's going through all these things and what I blame it on. All I want is like just give me this.
Yeah.
And I will always remember my grandma for this.
Now I do have. Now that I say this, I do have. So my grandmother, the same grandparents. My grandmother was an avid painter. Made Bob Ross every day on the TV in the 80s when we would go to grandma's and she would be painting. And she has 50 or 60 of these beautiful oil paintings, and I do have probably 4 or 5 that I just will keep aside. And yeah, my mom's got quite a few too, and those little things. So she built a lot of cool. This is my mom's grandmother. These are my great grandparents, and I was closer with them than I would say I was closer with my regular grandparents. Mm-hmm. Because they always enjoyed the grandkids. My grandparents fucking hated grandkids. Hated them. Yeah. Like everybody's got stories about going and staying, having sleepovers in grandma and grandpa's house. Oh no, I didn't get that. I did with my mom's mom, but she was usually too intoxicated or fucked up on pain pills to remember where we were even at in the house. She's all, oh shit, you're here? I'm like, yeah, I've been here since fucking Tuesday. It's fucking Sunday, Grandma. Like, we've been fucking eating dirt in the backyard. So there's nothing around. But
at least you knew who you were. Can you imagine? Like, who's this?
Well, there were times.
That's what happened to my grandpa.
I have some of the craziest stories I could tell you.
My dad's dad. I've said it here many times. He went out with Alzheimer's. Yeah. And then he will laugh with me, and then he'll look at me and goes, "Who's this?" My dad. So. That's my fucking son. Came out of the iguana, Dad.
Iguana lineage.
He's like, oh yeah, that's right. He would say so. Hey, how are you? So it was like, oh, I'm good. And like he will actually say, how are you in English? How are you? I was like, oh, I'm good. And then it's like 5 minutes later, it's like,
I have a grandfather that got Alzheimer's. Great grandfather. In fact, on my mom's side, but here it was her dad's parents. The ones I was talking about earlier, it was her mom's parents, but yeah, he had Alzheimer's, and I always think about, is that shit genetic?
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, is that shit genetic? Because my grandfather, my mom's dad, Lefty. Yeah. He's fucking close to 90, and he's as fucking sharp as a knife, right? But I think, but yeah, because it was sad when I finally got to. I was very little when I finally got to meet him. He had no fucking clue who I was.
Damn, dude. That's so sad. And especially because, like, obviously my dad had to live it saying, like, oh, that's my dad.
Great-grandpa Curtis. In fact, it's my dad's name, but that was their last name was Curtis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I have something hanging out of my nose. Uh-uh. It's driving me nuts. Those hairs, dude. Oh, sometimes, shit, dude.
Have you ever gone like this, and like, oh, I got it, and then you pull it, and it's your mustache hair? Oh, dude.
Oh, I just ripped those fuckers out.
I know, but your mustache is horrible.
I want to have a mustache. I'll rip those fuckers out, and they'll make my eyes water because I can't take it. But I swear to God, if my hair everywhere else grew as fast as the shit in my nose and my ears, I mean, I can make quilts like your grandmother did. Fucking lots of love. I got you covered.
Grandma Molina, she was a knitter. One that knits.
For 1 second there, not even a second, maybe a tenth of a second, I thought you said something else.
I know. You're like, oh, it makes sense. Shout out to Brian. I saw Brian today.
Oh, that's where he gets it from.
I'm sorry, she was a knitter.
Oh, shit.
That's the clip right there.
Yo, how about this fucking, I was just thinking about this. How about this fucking cat from the NFL, that fucking, what was that show? Blindside with fucking...
Oh yeah, Michael Orr or Aura.
Yeah, Michael Orr, and what was the she was? She was in Speed. Sandra Bullock. Yep. And that it was all fake. Well, it wasn't all fake.
I guess he
was never adopted. Right?
He was never adopted. But why wait so long?
Well, maybe I have a different look on it, right? the kid had a shitty childhood,
Yeah.
right? That's well documented, right?
And by the way, I've never seen that movie. And every time
I've seen it.
but every time
Made me cry.
Every time I catch it, he's already living with them, so I never get to see the younger part of him, right?
He had a shitty childhood, and this family took him in, and they supposed, right, and allegedly now, right, brought him in, and they kind of helped him through his college career, and then he got into the NFL, and then he is saying that they coaxed him into signing that conservatorship, something like that. We're fucking so stupid, dude.
We've been drinking, so it's fucking just kidding.
I was gonna say conservationship. That is not right. But it's the same thing like what Britney Spears had with her dad, right? And so they took all that money. He never saw any of that shit for his life story.
Is this still playing?
No, but he played for a long ass time. Like he's got to be well off because he was in the NFL for quite a few years, and you know if you're in, it's like 4 years league minimum, you get benefits the rest of your life. And I know he played more than that because he was a killer fucking player. I know he played for Baltimore. But supposedly he didn't see any of that money and that family kind of reaped the benefits. But here's my thing. I'm going to play the devil's advocate right now. Like, if this family hadn't taken this kid in, what would his life have been like? I understand maybe they may have fucked him out of some money, right? But you're telling me that playing in the NFL, he didn't reap any of the benefits?
My thing is, like, I saw this interview of the actor that played him on TMZ, and they asked him this question, and I because I heard it, and I was like, but my first thing was like, well, why waiting so long to say something? Why
That's
not?
what I wondered.
Why not saying something like, hey, hold on, before this, because I'm sure they have to check in with him.
Well, maybe
before the movie was made,
right? But maybe he thought he was going to get some money out of it.
True.
Maybe he thought, okay, well, where's my piece? And it never came, and it never came.
But again, how long has it been?
It's been a while. That movie's been out for quite a few years.
Now, the thing that bothered me was people were upset with your girl, Sandra Bullock, because they were like, well, she
won an Oscar for that.
Yeah, she should be taking her Oscar away. And the guy that played him in the movie, she was like, well, why? What does that have to do with her?
She had no idea.
She had no idea. And also, she obviously plays what's in the script.
Right.
So,
yeah, I think that's stupid. I think that's ridiculous to say that, take it away from her. She had no idea.
Sandra Bullock does it for me. What is it?
I don't know. She was in that, first off, Speed. Remember Speed with Keanu Reeves? She was like that. That was like the first movie you saw, or at least first big movie, right? And she was like very innocent and cute, right? She wasn't beautiful by any means.
That's what I'm saying.
She was very cute. And then she did that. What was the one where she was the cop?
Miss Congeniality?
I mean, she did like 2 or 3 of the, and I was like, okay, well, don't fuck the first one up, because the first one was pretty good, right? But she was hot in that, all dolled up to do. But then she kind of took it. She did that one, that Bird Box.
Bird Box.
Yeah. Is that any good?
Never seen it.
Neither have I.
But she
is pretty.
That's what I'm saying.
She's pretty. But she's not like that. Oh, look, she's this stunning lady. She's like,
yo, Jesse James fucked her over, dude.
Oh, I mean,
what a punk.
He's a dirtbag.
Yeah, right.
He is a dirtbag. He's married to
I think you told
porn
me
star, Bonnie Rotten.
No way.
Yeah, they just had a baby together.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. She's a squirter.
Oh, dude, she's a legit
but they're married, and then like, because he's a dirtbag, but I still follow him on.
You do,
and you know why?
Because he's an outstanding fabricator.
Oh, I mean, one of the greatest. You know what he does now is he makes guns, but like his guns that he makes are all handmade, like. By fucking hand. Like he pounds every piece of fucking steel. I know that was the wrong fucking thing to say when we're talking about Bonnie Rotten, right? Right? But he's like every piece is, and I
do pound in my work too.
I've seen some of the price tags on his guns, and it's like, oh, well, you're just buying this because this is what it is. Yeah, it's a fine piece of machinery, but you would never take that out to the range and go fire a fucking whole clip through it, right? but they're outstanding. And I mean, his choppers are the same way.
Yeah.
You know, he started. I don't give a West Coast Customs. You can talk about Orange County or whatever. He started that fucking era, that fucking long rigged, big fat tire. Like, that is him.
Yeah.
And I love that he's always stayed kind of true to the old peanut tank and the bobber style. I loved his shit. Regardless of what you say, he's a very, very good fabricator.
Yeah.
Like, way ahead of his time.
I just recently saw, wasn't he dating, didn't he date Kat Von D?
Yeah, he did. I mean, who didn't? But
Kat Von D. So I follow Kat Von D. All of a sudden, come on.
Father Time's not been good to that one. She was like a straight up alcoholic, like almost on her deathbed. Alcoholic. She started looking like, what's her name? What's that chick? What's that singer that fucking died? Remember that? Yeah, she was starting to look like that bitch.
I used to love, what is LA Ink? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
But she's not tattooing anymore, I don't think. I think she's in a band.
Oh, great.
And so here's my thing with her. I always thought she was cute, but I think all of a sudden she started, like, one of her arms is completely tatted black. I think she got rid of some of her tattoos on her legs, and then she got it all blacked out too. And like, in all the stories that I see of her, it's like she's always in like goth, dark stuff.
She's always
like,
been
what
kind
happened to her?
She's always kind of been dark goth. She always wore black.
And she's married to this guy that has just, you see him and you go, oh, you live in Magna, don't you?
Really? She was with Steve-O for a while, wasn't she?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what she has. I always loved her glasses. She has some cool shaped glasses, and I don't know what they do nowadays. But I see her and I go, oh, it's just, she just like went dark. But I thought she was cute.
Yeah. Anyway, that Blindside show.
I know, dude. It was always all over the place. Yeah, but I don't know.
I guess what the punchline was. I can't wait to see the sequel to that show. It's called Blindsided. Where's the rim shot?
Yeah, people just like, I don't understand why they're just taking it against Sandra. She's just like Sandra, like I know her. Just Sandy, you know?
Yeah, me and Sandy.
Yeah, but it's like, but I still don't understand why it took so long.
I don't know, something's fishy. Oh, obviously, we'll find out when it goes to a court of law, right? Sad though, sad on all parties. Because if that family really fucked that dude and took advantage of him and just, that's pretty shitty.
Sandra Bullock and Tim McGraw.
It's like they drove through the ghetto. They're all, oh, look at that one. He looks big and robust. Let's pick that one up.
We can make something out of him.
We can make something out of that, right? Yeah, that's true. That might be the fucking truth, right?
Yeah. Tim McGraw, dude.
What about him?
He was the dad in that movie.
Oh, he wasn't he?
Dude.
That's right. Yo, he's in that 1888 or something. Whatever the fuck it is, 1883. Yeah. It's a fucking awesome in that. He makes a great cowboy. Sam Elliott's in that fucking thing too.
What's his wife?
Faith Hill. Yeah.
Father Time.
Again, yeah, you're right. Father Time. You know what else I saw? But Father Time's been either Father Time or Hollywood fucking plastic surgery's been really well too. Shania Twain.
Shania
still looks good.
Hanging. She still
looks good, right? Yeah. Because I mean, as a kid in the '90s, like Faith Hill.
I know one song of her, and that's it, right?
That the same one. No, anybody fucking knows her.
What's the other one? You're still the one I love.
Oh yeah, right.
That's it.
Do you think she's balling out though? You were rich enough to have hits like that you could carry yourself for the rest of your life.
Yeah, dude.
Especially back then when like record sales were real.
So these people, I wish we had somebody that work at the radio. But don't they get paid for having a song on the radio?
Yeah.
Like if you are an artist, right? Let's just say let's just put somebody that, you know.
I'm getting there. I'm close.
let's just say you're let's not go that far. Snoop Dogg, right? And you come up with a new album and you're gonna put your song on the radio, so you get paid for that song.
Yeah.
And also,
I believe every time it plays,
for
right?
all the songs. That's what I'm saying. And also for all the songs you have, because you don't have, the radio doesn't have just one song of you, right? If you're Snoop Dogg, you have a few.
Yeah. No, you're right.
In features.
Yeah.
You gotta get paid for that too. It's just like the movies, right? It's gotta be like the movies. Like Brian Callen is like, oh, I still get a check from.
Oh yeah, every time they play The Hangover, right?
Yeah.
Or the fucking Old School or whatever. Is it? It's not revenue. It's
Resident Evil.
No. I can't. Something.
Renaissance.
I'll figure it out. Keep going.
Yeah, so I think it's like that. You know, he's got to be. Shania, she's got to be getting paid for. Everything.
Yeah, but that's not a song you hear on the radio all the time, right?
But we don't listen to country music.
Sometimes I do, actually.
Get the fuck out of here.
Have to.
Why?
That's what the wife listens to.
Yeah, your wife's a little redneck. Huh?
Yeah, so I hear all those country
a little hillbilly.
hits. Yeah.
Did you listen to that shit when you go camping?
Yeah.
And she goes, I'll play this. And
No, because sometimes I'll listen to my own country music. Some
you're like,
country music's
"Eastbound and
good.
down, load
That's
it
the
up
good
and-"
shit.
Sorry, that's the good shit.
Right?
That's the good shit.
That's the good shit. So, absolutely. And some of that, some of this.
I like happy country. That's why, and everybody makes fun of me. That's why I like the first album of Big and Rich, because he was just like, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Like, hey, what? I mean, I thought it was cool. I thought it was, and I like the entire album, because they have a song that is like a cantina song, and it has like ding ding ding, like I mean, I'm like, I like this, but like all that stuff that is new.
No,
There's our fucking homeboy Hellbag freaking out about going to
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
That's what I don't understand, because he was a rapper. He was a rapper, and I know he had some like slow jam tunes, but he like went full on when the countryside picked up to it. He's like, oh, I'll just do this. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking money over here. Now he's killing it, right? He did one with that chick from fucking Yellowstone. It's a pretty good song.
I gotta get my bitch ass to watch that, dude. I know, we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, but obviously you're not gonna take anybody's advice.
No, it's because I don't know. Like, if I don't see it on, if it's not on Netflix, I'm like, well, for whatever else, I gotta pay for it.
Right.
I was like, I don't want to pay for just one show.
The last season comes out here in like a month.
Last ever?
The last ever. So they did it in, the last season is built into 2 halves, and that's how they drag your ass along. Because Kevin Costner said, no more.
No mas, huh?
Yeah. So I think they kill him off.
Oh.
They've already made so many branches off of it, off that family, and now I think that they're probably going to do other things in the current day. When he dies, they'll get rid of him and they'll do other shit.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite shows, man. I love that shit.
I just watched a documentary. What the fuck was it? I cannot remember. Oh, Dre spoke about it on his pod one time. Is take care of. Fuck. Take care of Sally. Take care of Mary. It was a little girl, and she was born with this thing, and they couldn't figure out what it was, and then they took him away from their parents because they were saying like, oh, the parents are the one they were overdosing her with ketamine and stuff like that. But it was a doctor prescribed this for her, and it was helping her. But then child services said, well, you shouldn't be doing that to a kid. And then that whole thing became, and then they took the girl away from the parents. I mean, it's a whole ordeal. Take care of Sally. I can't fucking remember. You ever watch anything lately? Good.
I watched that. Of course, I watched this. How to Be a Cult Leader. I watched that one.
Saw that. I
watched
saw
that one. It's pretty good because I kind of go balls deep in some of the, like Charles Manson and the Heaven's Gate cults, and
I just can't watch that when I'm alone in the house. With all,
Really?
with all the lights off.
Really?
Let me watch Ridiculousness tomorrow morning. I'll turn that on.
All alone. Fucking stairs are creaking and shit.
You know what I had to do? Brian had to go in the house a couple of days ago, last week sometime, to fix some stuff for the house, and
the landlord came over.
The landlord came
fixed
over.
some stuff in the house.
But I was like, well, obviously he came with somebody, right? But I was like, well, he was like, well, when is the
eat all your food?
when is the
shit.
best when is the best time to go? And I said, well, the house is alone 3/4 of the day.
Yeah.
But let me know when, so I can put my son in my room, right? So I can not have the bird flying around. And he goes, okay, well, I'll go this day. And I said, cool. So I took the cage, because he has his water and seat, and I took the cage inside of my room, and then I just closed my room and I let him out. But then I'm like, every time I got home, and I was like, I'm too fucking lazy to move that shit, so I'll just do it on the weekend. So he stayed in my room for a couple of days, 3 days. In the middle of the night, this motherfucker jumps from the second level to the first level, and you're dead asleep, TV on, all the lights off, and you hear boom, and you go, and I'm like, this fucking bird, dude. Or you hear boom, and you go, I was like, fuck you, dude. You scared the fuck out of me.
How old is that thing?
I don't know. It's probably like 5, 6.
Holy shit.
They lived like 15.
They'll really live that long? Get the fuck out of here. Well, then those fuckers, those big fucking birds, they'll last like 80 years. Like, people die and then relatives have to take care of it. Yeah. It's true.
I know.
Fuck.
Remember
Birds,
that time?
huh?
Remember that time I told you I went to this? I don't want to speak out of place here. I went to this bird sanctuary with my ex-wife, and it was like some weird people working there. Remember that
Weird
time?
people?
Yeah. Maybe I should just leave it at that. But it was like the hills have eyes working in there.
Oh, that kind of weird, huh?
I was like, and they were nice. I mean, don't get me wrong.
But
I
of
was like,
those people work at a bird sanctuary. But of course, like, you don't even fucking have to fill out an application. You walk in the door, they're all, oh, you're hired. You can breathe. What did you drive over here? It's okay. You took the bus. You're hired, right? Those kind of people, right? Hey, I have to ask you.
always stay
I have to ask you, why are you wearing this shit? This is summertime.
Excuse me, sir. It's raining outside.
No, I get that.
It's blowing
raining
like
outside.
a muffle when
I get that. I have a different theory.
I know where you're going with this, but also, I know exactly where you're going. Hey, not gonna deny it either. But also, it matches the shoes.
I'm all, hey, make sure you dress up when you come to the fucking office, right? Make sure you dress up. This motherfucker's dressing like he's in fucking Saved by the Bell. He's got the fucking collared shirt unbuttoned, right?
Every now and then I go, stop the time or whatever.
Got the graphic t-shirt behind him. Oh.
God damn it. I gotta go shopping. I don't have any more jeans. All I have is this ripped ones.
I only own 2 pairs of jeans, and they're the same pair. And I rotate them every other day.
Really?
Swap one for the other, one for the other. But yeah, I'm in the same boat because the knees in them are starting to get a little wore, but it's hard to find jeans because you're not going to wear those to the office. Right? Collared shirts. I mean, I have quite a few of them, but it's sometime I'm like, I don't wear that anymore. Because there was a point in my life where I only wore black, gray, and black. And now I'm like, well, I'd like to wear something a little bit brighter now, right? Brings out the color in my eyes, right?
Yeah, something.
So,
You have a shirt, and you wore it my first day in the office, and all is that blue one that it looks like it's a
acid washed, kind of like this.
Yeah. And it reminds me of, I remember our friend George, shout out to George. One day when I was in the field, he was cleaning his truck with his towels, like wet towels where they were rough. And I was like, oh, that shit, because it was the first truck I ever got. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, obviously it's an older truck, so I was like, yeah, I just gotta figure out how to clean this. And he goes, oh, I got these. And he gave me those towels, and they're wet. And you can hear him go,
oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That reminds me of your shirt, dude. Those towels.
I wore it the other day.
That's right, you did.
Yeah.
I had to go shopping to go to when I did the move
The move.
to the office. I had to go
Oh, yeah,
with all
yeah,
those
yeah.
collar shirts.
Good. I just was wondering why you're hiding back
You're
there.
not wondering. You know, right?
What
you
are
know.
you hiding
right?
back there, right? Yo, how's the fucking workout going?
It's good. Well, we got canceled twice this
Oh.
week, but I went 2 days.
It's like, you know what it is? You know what it's like?
Fucking stop it, dude.
You know what it's like? It's like when anybody joins the gym or anybody goes down this diet plan, right? And they're like, balls to the wall. I'm gonna be fucking. I'm gonna be fucking straight. I'm gonna be fucking dedicated to it. I'm gonna go I'm gonna work my ass off. I'm gonna hit it this day, this day, this day, and this day. I'm not gonna miss any days. But your trainer does it for you, so right? He does it for you, so you can say, we're good today. I'll worry about it tomorrow, and we eat a fucking chocolate cake.
No,
right?
we
right?
I've been eating the chocolate
No, but
cake
I'm just saying that's what he's doing to you, right? Right?
Hey, we probably won't be doing it for too much longer.
I can see why. I mean, I'm proud of you, though. You look good. I mean, if you let this out, I could see the full effect. Let me see those fucking ripped abs you're getting, right? Your legs look thick. Well, they always kind of were, but they're starting to look a little bit defined,
You're a
right?
fucking douche nozzle, dude.
Are we supposed to break each other's balls here?
Yeah, we are.
That's what the people come for.
You know what fucked
Not
me?
supposed
You know
to suck
what?
each other off.
You know what fucked me this week?
Uh-oh.
The stupid kids going back to school. That's what fucked my gym time today.
My kid's first day was today.
Was it?
My baby went to junior high today, dude. My baby went to junior high.
You didn't post a pic, right? Because you're
I'm not that guy. I'm not a fucking
You're a
normal fucking person,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
And the people who listen, they're all, oh, shit.
Next time you fucking post, when has time gone? I want to go postal on some people.
But yeah, it's you want to talk about
Dude, you show me a picture of your daughter, and I kid you not, with all due respect, it looks like a teenager. Because
like overnight.
Because you have pictures in your office of your two little girls, and when I see them, I go, yeah, that's exactly what they look like. And then you show me a picture of her, or the oldest one, and I go, well, is she working nowadays?
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck is she doing, dude?
That's what I say.
Does she have her own car?
Overnight. And I tell you not, shit you not, she's right here to me.
God damn.
She will be taller than me. She's built like her dad. She is all legs. She looks like a fucking ostrich.
Yeah.
She's little body, all fucking legs, skin and bones. But yeah, it's
The other one's gonna stay there, right?
oh yeah,
But she's gonna be a bad motherfucker.
That's the fucking muscle of the group, right? But she's it's heart wrenching to see her go to junior high, and then when I asked her how her day was, she's like, "Well, I didn't get lost, in the junior high because when I think back to the stress that I had when I went to junior high, I was like, I hope I don't get lost.
Yeah.
I hope I do. That's all I could think about, and it brought me back to a time where I was just like, holy shit. I remember being
I can
that
see
age.
it, motherfucker. I can see it.
It reached
I can
into
see
me,
it in
and
your
I
eyes.
thought that stress that I had as a 12-year-old kid, I was just
Yeah.
like, motherfucker.
But I thought it was the cutest thing that she asked you to print.
Yeah, so she had me print some maps of the school for her,
Yeah.
and then she had an A day and a B day, right?
I don't know what that is.
So they have 8 classes.
Uh-huh.
They do 4 a day.
Okay.
So A day is these 4 classes, B day is
okay.
these 4 classes, then the next day is A day and then B day
Okay.
and so on and so forth, right? So I got her 2 and we made a map, and she says, I didn't get lost, and she was we had to talk about, here's some cash. So you can get lunch.
Yeah.
Because in junior high, it's different. There's vending machines.
Yeah.
You get what you want,
Yeah.
right? You have more free. It's not just like get in line. This is what they fucking feed your ass in elementary, right? So
Because if you send it with lunch, it's like, oh, you guys have a maid, right?
yeah, right, right. But yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's fucked me up a little bit, but it's really made me think, holy shit. Like, and everybody says, "Oh, you just wait; they'll grow up so fast." No, that shit's true.
Yeah.
That shit is so fucking true. It's
Yeah.
not even funny.
And I look at you and I go, Father Time.
Yeah, I do, right? Yo, them crow's feet really fucking your eyes up there, bud. The gray that I'm getting, I mean, it's, of course, my job is not helping, right? Right? The stress that I have every fucking day.
You go to a beating bigger than the one I go at the gym for.
Except my guy doesn't miss days, doesn't have excuses. He shows up every day on the hour, right?
You show up, you go,
I'm sleeping. He's waiting for me at the door at the end of the bed. He's like, "Hey, motherfucker." I have fucking Jesse the Body Ventura fucking waiting for me.
Every morning is like, "What's up, settlebacks? We're ready." Meanwhile, I'm like, I get my fucking outfit and he goes, "Hey, just so you know," I'm like, "Fuck." I'm like, all right.
How you fitting in there, bud? To your new role.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot, actually. I'm liking it a lot. I at this point, I feel like I know exactly what I gotta do. Obviously, my timing is a little fucked up because I'm like, oh, now I gotta do this, and then I gotta do this. And so once I get that done, I feel like I'm busy now. It used to be like, oh, I'm going just to sit right next to you and see what's going on, right? Which I still gotta do, but I feel like I have a purpose now. A little one, but I do.
No, absolutely.
So,
keeps the train on the tracks.
yeah.
Regardless of how important you think it is. It's part of the engine. It's part of the fucking fuel that runs this fucking machine. So,
And I'm actually, I mean, it's stupid to say this, but I'm actually kind of excited to take over on this thing tomorrow. I know it's something that nobody wants to do. I'm like, I feel like I can say, I'll do it, but this is how it's gonna be. You know, if we do it like this, we're gonna be just fine. But
it's gonna be hard to stay on top of it every day.
Yeah.
But it's just like everything that we do. You can't let anything slip. It's gotta be. I mean, but it's just like being out in the field.
Yeah.
Like every step is important to finish the goal. Like we don't miss steps and then get to the goal, or we got to step back, right?
yeah, no, I'm liking it. So getting a little faster. I'm getting a little. So hopefully it's working for you.
Yeah. What?
The way you said it, like, yeah.
Shut the fuck up. What do you want me to say? Yeah. Is that what you wanted to hear? Yo, let's get into these current events, right?
All right. What do we got?
Yo, we really need a fucking
I know. Do we have somebody?
producer. No, we don't.
Do you know somebody?
No, we don't. Nobody wants to do this for free.
That's true.
And if they do, they're good for a month.
Yeah. Trying to see.
Yo, are you gonna...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, because I was going to flip the script.
Oh. I mentioned one guy to you a long time ago, and you said he would be perfect, but I don't think he would do it. The one that knitted our blankets.
Oh, yeah. No. Are you going to join us Saturday?
Is that your family thing? Isn't that fights?
Yeah, but we can watch them there.
Yeah.
If you need a ride, you can just go with us.
What time is it?
It's at 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's at 2. So if we're at like my house by like 1:30, you can ride with us.
Oh, I'll just drive.
It's in
there.
God's country.
I'll just drive there. I'm excited. I'm happy she invited me.
It's so it's the mom's big 60. My mom's turned 60. Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom. Shout out to
Yeah.
Madre.
So her husband is
Shout out to Madre.
has arranged for a big party. Melinda will be there.
Surprise party?
What?
Surprise? No.
No, she knows about it. And so we were smart about this because sorry, Mom. You never know who my mom's mad at any given time, right?
Okay.
And for rightful reasons.
Yeah.
I totally understand. Like she has her reasons. But sometimes it's the people and you know, like we talked about, like sometimes families come and sometimes families go, right? Family members, right? And so you just never know, and you don't want to spoil a surprise party with like surprise, like who's this motherfucker, right? Why the fuck is this guy here, right?
Yeah.
Right, and then ruin the whole thing. Like we've seen that movie, right?
Oh wow, yeah.
So, but so no, she's involved in it. So we'll have some burgers, have some condiments.
Nice.
I said condiments,
I see.
so you know it's not that kind of a party, right?
Yeah. Right. Are you doing anything than just showing up? Are you cooking? Are you a part of it? Or?
I'm gonna bring. I'll basically probably cook the burgers. I'm bringing a shitload of stuff. So yeah, it should be fun. I can't believe my mom's 60.
It's a trip, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. I mean, my dad's 63.
Yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't feel as bad though.
No,
with
it
fathers,
doesn't.
right? Because my
Doesn't.
dad is. If my mom is 60, I think my dad is 60. I think my dad is.
My mom will rip my ass for saying that she's 60 years old.
I think my dad is 63, 64, maybe 65. But he told me, it's like,
iguanas live forever.
I'm telling you, dude. All that you would think that sun will fuck him up, but it doesn't. He actually helps him. All that heat lamp, it's good for the skin.
Those good UV rays are good for the skin. All that running in UV rays.
Yeah, like when he told me, because I think obviously because we're so far away when he turned 60, I wasn't even there, right? But I reported myself. I'm like, hey, what's up? Happy birthday.
You reported?
Yo, speaking of, hold on, before I finish. But when my mom, when I found out it was her 60, like I've said it before, I was upset that nobody made it such as big of a deal as I did.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, and I'm thinking, it's like, dude, I want to have my sister fly in. Not that I was
strippers and
gonna pay
cocaine
for it. I want to have a bag of coke, and I rented a cart of her dreams for her. I was like, yeah, let's do this. And then I asked him, I was like, so,
Hey,
like,
calm down with that talk, motherfucker. I'm buying burgers. This motherfucker's over here renting cars. Shit. Well, you don't have
When do you throw a party, though?
You don't have kids in junior high and shit. You have to pay for it. So, sucking my will to live.
But my when I asked my mom, and he was like, well, your little brother works, daddy
he
works.
can take the day off. We can take the day off.
Daddy works, and I talked to my. Speaking of families, I'm still kind of upset about that. I'm still kind of upset that she's not here. And I'll tell you what, my mom went to Italy and France.
Yeah.
And my mom noticed because
she's not dumb.
if you put two and two together, you kind of realize, oh, I was staying at my mom's house. The minute my sister came in, I was like, you guys are good, right? I'll go back home. And it sucks because obviously I love my sister to death, but I just feel
well, she's successful.
upset. She is
Yo,
successful.
you're successful now, right?
I feel successful.
Well,
I'm getting there.
good for you.
Hey, dude.
No, I'm just saying, like you've rise to the occasion, like you're the fucking phoenix from the ashes, right?
That's true.
She's all, those maids raised a good boy.
You want to hear something stupid? This is how dumb I am with my mom. I get out of. I forgot to tell you. Well, we'll be having guests, so I forgot to tell you. The first day that I left the office, my very first day. I'm very close to my mother, so the minute I took off, I called my mom.
And cried?
No.
Oh.
She answers, hello? And I go, what do you want, Mom? I just left the office. I called her, dude. What do you want, Mom? I just left the office. She's like, and just a couple of days ago, because I've been trying to get together with her to purchase some tickets. You should know, right? Where I'm going, and I say, hey, Mom, I'm like, because she gets the deals, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me just we'll do it, She goes, yeah, just come see me after your work or whatever. Come see me. And so when I leave work, I'm like, are you done? And she goes, no. And I was like, and then she's like, okay, I'm home. I was like, well, I'm home. And like the other day, I'm like, our offices need to sync up. I'm like, I need to fucking go there by the time you're done. But going back to my father, so I called him Sunday. And as shitty as this sounds, Justin, I don't like my father when he's all booed up with someone.
You spoke about this before. You've talked about this to lengths. About, we went into he would share pictures with that gargoyle of a woman that he has, right? Right? With the ass that doesn't quit. The man eater. the fucking dragon cave for the iguana. But no, you're right.
You're just like spitting.
He doesn't know.
Spitting bars because he doesn't speak English, motherfucker.
He's all, okay. When he learns English, he's going to be pissed.
Oh, dude, can you imagine? But I called him on Sunday.
That's all he wanted to talk about, huh?
No, it's not even that. It's like he calls me, but he's not like, hey, what's up? Like, he's like I just caught him doing something.
Oh, you did.
And then he goes, hey, what's up? And I go, oh, I haven't checked in a minute. I said, what's going on? And he goes, nothing. I go, because I've given you an example of how he talks, right? It's like, 6 questions when I haven't even answered one. And he's just like, what's up with you? I go, I'm like, did I just like interrupt a seance? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, are you okay? And he's probably just getting all sucked off. So
he's putting mink oil on his fucking scales. Oh fuck!
I'm like, everything okay? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, how about you? He always asks me for this. Oh, because I call him on Sundays, right? So he's like, what you do this weekend? You got drunk? Actually, I got a little buzz, but I'm like, no. It's like, oh, okay. And then he goes, without me even asking, yeah, everything's good. Brothers, sisters are good.
Oh, I went down that road again.
I go, okay. Like, I guess I'll just call you later.
Nothing to say, huh, y'all? I guess we'll talk to you next month.
I don't know if this bitch lives with him or
It's getting cold. It's hibernation time, probably,
doesn't
right?
get cold in Mexico, dude.
Well.
It's the iguana fucking weather. But I'm like, it's so awkward, dude. I'm like, why do I feel like I have to like podcast with you? Now I have to be the one that's like, hey, what's up? Because he's just like, what's up? And then, the classic questions. Oh, and how was another reason that I know that he's with someone? He doesn't ask for my mom anymore.
Ah,
right?
Yeah,
Remember how before he's like, how's your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, you tell her she did a great job. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, wait, you never told her before. Why would you tell her now?
Yeah, that's lost time caught up, my friend. You're way behind, my friend. What the fuck?
I don't think she needs. I don't think she needs compliments from you now, Dad.
Have you ever hung up and you're like, I better call my mom and let her know. You know what? Dad said you're doing a good job.
My mom was like, oh yeah, now it means something. Fuck him. But yeah, it's just like, I'm like, oh, how about I just don't interrupt you anymore? I'm just gonna do your thing. And I get it. He's in his 60s. He just found love again. He was married for 20 plus years.
To his second wife,
To
right?
his second wife. No, my mom was married for like 5 minutes. Probably like 3-4 years.
So how many times have you been married? Is he married now, or is this just a girlfriend?
This is his girlfriend.
This is just a play.
No, I told him, I said, you're not
water,
gonna
right?
marry again, are you?
He says no, right?
He's like, nah.
He's lost half his shit too many times, right?
But I will
Is
say,
that
though,
the way it is in Mexico?
yeah.
Oh, so you lose half your shit too everywhere you go.
It was at one point. Well, I will say my one of the one of the reasons why my mom left my dad is because my dad wasn't as with it like my mom.
Yeah.
My mom is like, you see this life? Don't want to be here for the rest of my life.
Oh, yeah.
I want something
She had
else.
better goals.
Right? And my dad was more about, no.
We're good.
My dad was like, I'll work. You stay in the house. My mom was like, no. Right? We're not going to do that. So then my mom actually finished work. She got like a certificate of being like
degree?
like an office, kind of like it's called like something has to do with like secretary, right?
Yeah. Administrative assistant.
And she just started looking after herself, right? My dad was more of I'll just work in a factory,
9 to 5,
whatever.
blue collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my mom was like, I'm not gonna stay home and take care of kids. And my mom always told me, is if I would have stayed home, you probably have 3 to 4 siblings right now.
3 or 4 siblings, and you'd be in the cartel.
Yeah.
Right?
Or your dad. But it was like my mom a long time ago. My mom told me, I just didn't want that.
Yo, how did she meet her husband?
This one?
Yeah.
She went the Simmons route and through internet.
Online, huh? I mean, that's how my mom found her husband.
Yeah.
Was online. So just because was he here?
Yeah.
He was here, and she was. Oh, okay, good for her.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Because he's a hard worker,
Oh yeah.
works his fucking ass off, and he wants something better, right?
Yeah. You know what's funny? So now you know how I have breakfast with him
Yeah.
on the weekends. Now,
You should invite me.
okay. Next time we eat those eggs,
Yeah. Call me. I'll come have
motherfucker.
breakfast.
You promise?
I will. You just got to call me. Let me know. Hey, this weekend we're gonna have breakfast, and I'll be like, okay.
Okay. So now and in the table, I'm the third person that now hires people.
Oh, nice.
So now we have that conversation of, oh, I have this, and that. Her husband is like, oh, I have this guy, right? He came in, and then I'm like, oh, you guys wait, you guys sitting down, wait until I tell you this. But it's not. I mean, it's not even that. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but now there's that.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're dealing with this kind of, and obviously they've been doing it for a while, but I'm like, oh, now I know exactly what you guys are talking about.
Oh yeah.
And I mentioned that because you've been hiring people for so many years, then you're like, there's things that you catch here and there. And I was telling that to my mother, and she goes, oh, my mom was like, oh yeah. Like both of them were like, oh yeah. Like you know exactly who you're talking to the second they open their mouth.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this: the biggest red flag for me as a hiring manager, if you come in here and you talk shit about the place where you work, I'm not hiring you.
Yeah.
That's number one. That is number one. First, no, I take that back. If you're late
To the
if you're late to the interview, and then if you talk shit about your
previous
current,
yeah.
then well, we're good. We're good. Because you know what the problem is in today's society is, especially in construction, where we go, oh, if they can pass a BIS test, we just hire them.
We're set to
right?
go.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason to lower your standards, because for a guy that is just popping through the system and popping back out, there's 5 more that want to be there.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. So now we have that in common.
It's an interesting road. It really is. And like you said, before I did what I do now, I did it in my previous. You know, it's I've done it for many years, and it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. I
enjoy it.
when they, I do too. That's why I kind of wanted to have a little cheat thing there, so I can be like, hey, you know what I mean?
You'll get good at it. Like I can sit and fire through one.
Yeah.
Really fast. You'll get good at it. So, is she going alone to Mexico?
Yeah.
He's gonna stay in
The new house.
That's right, huh?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Mom's husband? He's younger.
Oh,
Like a lot, like 5, 6 years.
goddamn cougar, huh?
Yeah.
She's mad.
They don't like to talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think he's intimidated or
He's probably like old school.
really?
Yeah.
I have an aunt, my dad's sister, who remarried when I was very young, and they're still married, and he is quite a bit younger. And but he cracks the jokes about it all the time. That he's like, oh yeah, of course, I knew what I was getting into, right? I respect it. So and he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
My ex-wife was 5 years older. Is 5 years older than me. I mean, I never, and I said it before, that the relationships that I ever been in, every single time that they were older than me, it lasted longer. Every single time.
I can talk about this because he doesn't ever listen to it, but my dad was married to a woman that was closer to my age than his age.
Bless his heart.
That didn't last long.
Oh,
it didn't last long.
But he enjoyed it at least.
Yeah. I don't think it was very small time that he enjoyed that one, right? Very small time. In fact, his 401k said it didn't work out very well.
Yeah. Hey, you said Melinda's going to be there tomorrow?
Yeah, she'll be there tomorrow.
Or Saturday? She's got some explanation to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to, and we won't get into it about this, but thirsty much?
Want to get out of here?
Is it that time?
I don't know. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
These people had enough. And Severa on Instagram, Angel Severa on Facebook. That's my last name, Cervera. You should hear.
It's a good thing.
You should hear Justin spell it for other people now.
Because that's how I spell it. Cervera. Because that's how I do it. Because that's the only way I can remember. And we only have to do this because you had a fucked up email address back in the day,
Misspelled.
and now we want to get rid of that. But Lord_long_balls. That's with a Z on the gram. And I'm on Facebook. I never post. I keep away from the social media as much as I can, but there I am.
Hey, some people should follow your lead, dude.
Something like that.
Something like that. Until next time, take care of yourselves out there. We will see you on the other side of the Beehive.
Peace.